Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to Get Ready with America. My name is SJ, and this month I'm getting you ready for next year's elections state by state. This video will be discussing Maine, where the governor and the entire legislature is up for re-election next year. Maine's nickname is the Pine Tree State, so that's the inspo for today's iLook. If you want to watch any other 2022 state preview videos, I'll have my Votemas playlist linked below, where you'll also find links to more info about the elections in Maine. Standard disclaimer, this video was filmed and posted in December 2021. I hope the vast majority of the information I'm sharing will still be relevant whenever you're watching this up to the state's primary date, but most candidate filing deadlines are far off and some states haven't finished redistricting, so something in this video could be outdated at this point. Check the state government links in the description box for the most up-to-date information. Let's get into it. I've only been saying the same intro for 20 videos. You'd think I wouldn't screw it up, especially when I'm reading it. After having one of the most watched U.S. Senate races in 2020, Maine will only be holding elections at the federal level for their two House districts this year. Democrat Shelley Pingree has not announced if she's running for an 8th term, but her paperwork and website are up to date. Plus, petitioning to get on the ballot in Maine starts in a couple weeks, so we'll know soon. So far, she has one Republican challenger, but this district is a very safe blue district, so Pingree or whichever Democrat runs will ultimately be fine. The second district is less safe. Democrat Jared Golden also has not announced if he's running for a 3rd term, but several people have announced that they're running. One of those people is former Rep. Bruce Poliquin, a Republican who lost the seat to Golden in 2018. The district itself is made up of geographically 4/5 of the state, and it's been a toss-up in terms of what party they vote for federally for decades. For example, the district swung for Trump last year, but still voted for Golden, whose opponent was endorsed by Trump. I don't claim to understand voters anymore. Democratic Governor Janet Mills will be running for a 2nd term. At the moment, she's unopposed for the party's nomination. Running for the Republican nomination is none other than former Governor Paul LePage. For those of you who don't remember him, I envy you. But seriously, he won his first term with a plurality of 37.6% of the vote, because it was a 5-way race. This is basically the reason that Maine does ranked choice voting now. Well, not for the gubernatorial general yet, which seems weird, and yet somehow I'm not surprised. Anyway, LePage was only eligible to run for 2 consecutive terms, which seems to be the only reason he didn't run in 2018, because he left office with a pretty abysmal 39% approval rating, so it's quite audacious of him to run again. Mills won in 2018 with 50.3% of the vote in a 3-way race. So as long as only one independent candidate runs, she should be okay. I hope. As I mentioned, the entire legislature is up and Democrats have a majority in both houses. In the last cycle, Senate Democrats gained a seat while House Republicans gained 9 seats, but Democrats are likely to hang on to the majority in both houses. Maine's ranked choice primary is on June 14th, and there's no deadline to register to vote, at least according to the Secretary of State's website, that I'm not positive some pages have been updated since 2020. People that are incarcerated are entitled to register using the address where they resided prior to incarceration, one of a few places in the country to allow this. 16 and 17-year-olds can pre-register, and 17-year-olds can vote in the primary if they'll be 18 for the general. Maine has early voting, but I can't find 2022 dates. Hopefully those pop up soon. They've actually been doing early in-person voting since 2005, way ahead of the curve. They also have open vote by mail. And that's the look. Please be sure to check the description box for the playlist of all my Votemas videos, as well as links to learn more about voting in Maine. I'll be covering all 50 states and DC over the month of December, so stay tuned to learn about your state. Please help the channel, the algorithm, and democracy by liking this video right down there and leaving a comment with a problematic former elected official you wouldn't be surprised to see on your ballot again. Chris Christie keeps trying to get back on my ballot, and I will make sure he never does. Subscribe to the channel so the next Votemas video shows up right in your feed. Thanks. I'll see you again soon.